Welcome back to the stream. I'm Brad Edwards. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. We have a special guest. If you want to take a look behind me, I've got my buddy Lou Kleinberg here, photographer extraordinaire. This is Amal. She is 12 feet tall. Amal represents a 10-year-old Syrian refugee. She's traveling the country, really, I would say, on a peacekeeping mission, on an education mission, and on one of learning. I am joined now by Amal's handler. Your name again is?
I'm Amir Nazar Zuhabi.
Amir Nazar, thank you for joining us. Tell me what the message is here.
So Amal is a 10-year-old Syrian refugee, and she's been traveling the world. We're now walking from Boston to San Diego on a very long journey. She spreads compassion. It's a moment to meet children like her and think of children like her, that of course there's millions of them that are roaming the world. She's alone, she's lost. She needs people to help her and be her friends, and that's what we're trying to create on the streets of the cities we're walking through.
Yeah, that's a remarkable message. Under the definition of refugee falls migrants, falls asylum seekers. Right now, Chicago is at a crisis with migrants and asylum seekers. We have 15,000, 2,000 of them staying at police stations and the airports. Chicago went from a city of open arms initially to a city some say are up in arms over the number of migrants we have. What would Amal have to say to us?
First of all, I think it's a mistake to think of this as a burden and as a crisis. Think of it as a huge potential. This country, America, was built on waves of migration, was built on people bringing new knowledge wave after wave. Think of it as another wave of new knowledge and abilities and skills that America will profit from. Open your arms, welcome them, see how they can help make this society a better society. That's the way to think of it, not to hide behind the words of crisis and burden, because you walk into a Walmart, there's no, any supermarket here, there's no crisis. There's affluent food, it's a rich country. I think fear-mongering is the world of politics.
Yeah.
Art is the world of trying to redefine the definitions.
Yeah, I like that switching of the narrative. If anyone knows crisis, it is Amal. She had to escape Syria. Syria now has been under a half-century of dictatorial regime. The Assad family has destroyed many parts of a beautiful country, the birth of the world. Bashar al-Assad, it's alleged, gassed his own people. Is there another message there about all the Amals out there that have been thrown and forced from their homeland, treated subhumanly?
Of course, the Syrian civil war is a brutal war. It's still ongoing in many ways. There's millions of Syrian refugees around the world, but it's not only about Syrian refugees. There's refugees coming from all over the world. There's a war raging in Europe and Ukraine. There's strife in many different places in the world. And there's a climate crisis that is driving people out of their homelands, out of their agricultural lands, and they all want one thing: they want better life. And this is something I think we should applaud and respect. She represents vulnerability. She also represents a huge amount of resilience.
Yeah.
She's a tough little girl that's crossing huge territories, and I think a lot of refugees hold very unique knowledge. It's the knowledge of how do you survive dire circumstances.
Yeah.
And the Syrians are, of course, a very big part of what we're talking about. She is Syrian. We're proud of her Syrian background.
And so timely right now. Quickly, like 5 seconds, where can we see her today?
You can see her tomorrow in Margate Park at 10:30. And
Market Park tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 10:30, and in the evening at Maggie Daly Park at 6:30.
Maggie Daly Park at 6:30. Okay, we appreciate it. Bless you. Thanks for coming here.